Gacha games. You either come to gamble, to min-max, or to thirst. I feel like there's no in between. One of the most important things about a gacha game though is that it's fan service, and we will be talking about that today. So if you enjoy this video, please be sure to like the video and subscribe for more gacha gaming content. Let's get into it. Before we begin, I want to say this. You are allowed to disagree with me, I don't care, but there are some things in life that are undeniable and can't be avoided by simply saying that it's an opinion, not a fact. Or by pushing one's opinion as a fact. Now let's begin. So to understand sexualization in gacha games, we need to understand a very important term in anime in general. Fan service. Fan service refers to when the creator of a series or the studio adapting that series implements small or large amounts of moments in the series where the intent is to make a character and/or characters look attractive. This attracts a Kumar audience and sometimes adds humor to the story. Gacha games are the same way, but the way gacha games do this is by making fan service a selling point. Gacha games use fan service as a main way to fund their games or as an extra part in the game. For a game like HSR, the fan service exists, but not as much in comparison to a game like NIKKE or Snowbreak Containment. That is because those games are set on making a game based around fan service. The stories are usually not as good as the other gachas, so they use that as a way for people to play or sell their cards. How would they implement fan service though? Basically, the game would have to have certain animations, certain character designs, or in most games' cases, a fuck ton of skins that have bikinis and bunny suits and whatnot. They use the bait that is people's fetishes, and they hook you on it as a reason to come back to the game. Now me personally, I don't mind fan service at all, it's pretty nice sometimes too. The funny part about the fan service, for me at least, is seeing people's reactions to the fan service, which is what we're moving on to next. Despite gacha games using fan service as a huge selling point, lots of people of this audience still find ways to complain about fan service. Don't get me wrong, you're allowed to not like it, that's fine. But you're playing a gacha game, so that's what you should be expecting. The point where it starts getting excessive though is when people yell at the game devs to redesign or change a character because they're showing too much skin, or because the males are dressed differently than the females, or vice versa. The main example I want to use here is this tweet. I'm going to read out this tweet and give my opinions on it. Ahem. How Hoyo designs their male generals versus female generals. Notice how Jun Yuan, clearly properly dressed for battle, wearing armor plated and is full covered? Or think you're going to want me to believe Fei Xiao shows up to battle in those short shorts? Makes no sense. This is pure misogyny. They had a chance to design a very hot woman leader in armor, but gave us this. It's actually ridiculous how little they take her seriously from this design. Her top half and bottom half don't even look like they belong together. But wait, before I give my take, let me just say the next part here in which the sender paradoxes themselves. Don't mind me for a second, one sec. You can like her design if you want, by the way, that's fine, but you can't deny how out of place her shorts are. So here's what they're saying. Fei Xiao's design is weird since Mid-Yuan is wearing pants and she's exposed. Fei Xiao should be wearing armor too since it quote-unquote makes more sense. Then they said that you can like her design, but also quote-unquote can't deny how out of place it looks. Here's the thing about that. You quite literally just got done saying your pieces, which is fine, but then you basically proceed to say that the viewer can have their own opinion, but not on the matter of a fox girl wearing booty shorts. Tell me how that makes sense. Then they say, just makes you see how they view the women in their games as soft porn to sell while they actually put thought into the men's designs. Okay, first of all, if you're playing a gacha game, looking for no types of fan service, I'm sorry buddy, but you might as well quit playing while you're ahead if you're gonna get that pissed off. Second of all, they put thought into lots of the designs. It's just that some designs come out differently sometimes. For example, Acheron and Imbibiter Lunae. Two completely different designs, two completely different kits, but you can see that thought was put into those designs. Acheron has more exposed skin and Imbibiter Lunae is less exposed, but both characters show effort put into them. Plus, most characters that release are females, and this is for a very specific reason. The majority of the audience that they attracted to these gacha games came to thirst over the females. So what now? Are you gonna go over to the Naruto mobile devs and tell them to stop using Naruto characters? Are you gonna go over to Shift Up and tell them to stop making the NIKKEs look the way they do? This is how they would lose tons of money. And what does every gacha game love? Your money, no matter how nice they may be. So then tell me, why would they stop doing what's giving them money just because a few people online are unhappy? That's just asking to be put in the dirt and forgotten for all eternity. But that's not all. They then proceed to reply to a comment by saying, had they given her that, she would have been so unbelievably cool. It's a simple change that would have made her design make more sense. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, but didn't you just get done saying that you can think whatever you want? Now, from the looks of it, you're pushing your point as if it's the definite truth. Pick a fucking lane already. Here's my version, a better version, of what you failed to say. You can think what you want, but don't push your fucking perspective as if it's the absolute truth. You're allowed to hate your design. I'm allowed to love her design. But when you push your perspective and talk about how gacha games aren't supposed to be like this, you're just lying. Gacha games always find some way to push some sort of fan service. Even Wuthering Waves, as serious a game as it is majority of the time, you quite literally have any of the female characters with any sort of chest have jiggle physics included in their animations. And take a look at Zenless Zone Zero. Literally every character has a close-up doing some sort of seductive shot. Even when some of those characters are questionably doing so. The main point is this. You cannot expect a gacha game to just not have fan service. It's a part of the package. No popular gacha game is complete without fan service. Now, if I'm wrong in the future and there ends up being a game like that, cool, that's amazing. But as things stand right now, there is no gacha game that I'm aware of that doesn't have any sort of fan service. Now let's wrap things up. As you may tell, fan service does not bother me at all. I expect this, and it's sometimes very funny or nice to see. But even though some people try to force their opinions onto others and make an attempt to make that statement a supposed fact, the opinion of not liking fan service is valid. But you seriously shouldn't come to a gacha game and expect there to be zero fan service. That's like going to a fast food place and expecting the majority of the food there to not be fried processed bullshit. But yeah, that's about it for today's video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like the video and subscribe for more Gacha Gaming content. We're trying to reach 500 subs by the end of the summer, so subscribe to make that possible. Comment down below what you want to see next, and check out my community tab for updates on upcoming videos. Be sure to also check out my Twitter. I ship posts, reply my favorite creators, and some dumbasses, so check it out as well. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!